good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that weekdays right here with Marketplace Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and Free Spirit Friday. Yes, because I am a free spirit. I'm excited about the new lineup. And if you ever miss a show, you never have to fret because we are on YouTube and Spreaker. Yes, I said it. If you are a YouTuber, make sure you subscribe to our new channel. We have over 150 shows there. You never have to be bored. There is always the good life close by. So make sure you follow us there. Please support and follow us on all of our social media platforms. That is at TGL Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show. Why? Because it's the good life. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm excited about today's show. We have been discussing individuality this week with regard to our money, our entrepreneurs, our community, our relationships. Today is wellness. I am really excited. We have my co-host, none other than the Bashan Jordan from Tiger Rock NOLA in the building. Good morning, Bashan.
You call me Tiger Rock.
I was about to call you Tiger Rock.
Everybody does it. I'll accept that, because that's...
Well, it's on your shirt, so as soon as I turn to you, it just kind of like...
I heard when somebody calls you by your brand name, that's a good thing, so there's nothing wrong with that. I'll take it.
Exactly. So, look, I forgot to put us on Facebook Live. But if you want to see what's going on in the show, we're going on Facebook Live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, we have a very special show for you today. I'm really excited. We've been discussing individuality like I talked about. And so, Bashan, I sent you...
Yes.
An article. I don't know if you have it pulled up. I don't, but it's quite all right. But it was about, I'm just going to give the gist of it, and we can kind of go from there. Yeah. It was in NOLA.com regarding the changes in the exercise program, the physical education in our schools. And I was like, what? Before I go into all of that, I'm going to just say, those were like the good old days. You know what you did when you were like, it was on the blacktop. You scraped your knees. You had to go to the nurse and, those days they put Neosporin on it or they put medicine on it. These days they put water on it because they say that they can't give you any medicine. Yeah. I'm like, really? You can't put Neosporin on the child's wound? You're going to let it like burn for the rest of the day? But seriously, everybody has their own things, and with the legalities of everything in today's world, we've gotten a little, in my opinion, out the box with that. I know my child couldn't. He used to be in the public school system. He's in middle school, high school now, and he couldn't even bring chapstick to school, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
Chapstick.
They don't let him do that.
They have your children running around, and y'all know y'all get that red ring that goes all the way around your lips. Y'all know that red ring you get around your lips.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't even let your children wear chapstick. And you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
And your lips be burning all day.
Because I told my son, I think this was like last week I had this conversation. I was like, dude, can you bring chapstick to class? He's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, what? It's like, you can come put it on. I was like, I'm not coming to wait to school to put some chapstick on you. Right, you have to go to school to put you would have to get and you know what? I was like 2 seconds from doing it. I was lucky that the season was about to be over. Yeah.
Like the cool season. I was like, seriously, I would have to go to school to put chapstick on my lips. I'd be like, and you don't want to teach a child to lie, but I'm like, stick it in your bag and go to the bathroom if you need to use it. What do you tell them? But just, kind of discussing the changes with, that are going on in our school with the physical fitness changes. Yeah. And then, not necessarily having PE every day. That was like our outlet. As children, physical activity, one of those things that it taught us was, number one, exercise every day.
Yep, stay moving.
And we talk about as an adult, you need to exercise every day, get your 30 minutes in. But if we're not even teaching that to our children anymore, how do we expect them to grow and live we talk about generational health here. Yeah. How do we expect to create generational health if we're not teaching that in our schools?
It's crazy because, just like you said, it's funny because, I've been trying to get my son to go, play basketball, football for like the longest. He's always been like an inside kid. He's very, very intelligent. He likes to read books and, play on the computer and stuff like that. And that's fine, but it's funny because now all of a sudden he's all interested in, wanting to learn to play sports.
Really?
But it's only because what the school is doing at that time.
Oh, okay.
So if the school is ready to learn how to, they're teaching them basketball. Okay, I want to go play basketball. So now he's all outside playing basketball. He say, I'm excited because today we're going to start playing baseball. So I know
so
now.
I know. You gotta go get a bat.
And I'm going to get this dude a mitt and a glove because now, he's going. But that's fine. That's
the importance of it.
But he's learning, and he's learning how to be more outdoorsy, I guess. And that's fine. If he doesn't want to learn from me, that's fine. Go learn from your school. But if they take that away from him, then what are they going to do? You already complained that these kids are too active as it is, right?
Right.
But if you keep them confined inside of their classroom all day and not be able to go and have recess or go have fun and learn how to interact with each other with sports and stuff.
And see, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that interact with each other, because one of the guidelines, and I'm paraphrasing here, so don't call in and kill me. Is that they want to restrict the competitiveness.
Oh my God.
They want everyone to join in and be a part of it. And I understand saying there's some children they're not athletically inclined, but here's my deal: God gave us each gifts.
Yeah.
And say your child, isn't necessarily the best social studies student, but he excels in physical activity.
Exactly.
Why not let that be the class where he feels like he can excel, where there is another child that may excel in social studies or science or whatever it may be. Every child has their own gift.
Exactly.
But if you are, taking away, the fun of it, I mean, like, there is competition in the world. It exists every day. If you think everybody's fun and games and everybody gets a trophy, wait till you get your first job.
Yep.
Because they will try to be cutting you here, there, and everywhere to make sure that they get a raise before you do, because they're trying to pay their bills just like you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other point I wanted to make, and we can kind of go into both of these, was no more dodgeball.
Oh, come on, man.
Y'all, they cut out dodgeball. They said no more activities where you are,
that's what
throwing things at each other where children can get hurt.
I went straight to my heart.
You can get hurt crossing the street and falling off the median, right? I'm just saying.
Walking the lunch line, you get
What
hurt.
are your thoughts on that, Bashawn? Walking the lunch line, you trip.
Part? Okay, well, I'll start with the the idea of that kids the sportsmanship, dealing with that. First of all, in what we do in martial arts, we were guilty of that. We used to always have these honorable competitor awards, right? Mm-hmm. So it's basically like here's a medal for coming type of thing, know. And in the last 5 years or so, we got rid of that, which I'm so excited for, because what that did. It's not, kids automatically assume, okay, well, I'm going, so I'm going to get something automatically. No, it doesn't work that way.
Just because you show up?
Yes, you
can't.
Do
something.
You have to come out and perform. And ever since we took that away, the level of competition has grown to the extreme. I mean, the competition now is way better, let's say 5 or 6 years ago. And that's what I like to see, because now kids are actually putting more time and effort into what they're learning. They want to be better, because they're like, look, I can't just go in here and expect to get something.
They're trying to refine their skills.
Exactly. I mean, even for my son, one time at one of the tournaments, he was always getting a medal or a medal for competitions. And one time he didn't perform, he didn't practice like he's supposed to. And sure enough, he didn't come home with a medal, and that tore him apart. And I was like, okay, you see what happens now when you don't practice, you don't put the effort forward. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna fix it, Daddy. And sure enough, the next time he got first place, because he actually put that time and effort forward. So if you're not teaching them about, look.
Right. Okay. Oh, here's a great example. Here's my thing. Okay. So if everybody gets a medal when they show up, how come everybody doesn't get an A because they come to class every day?
Hey, there you go.
We grade them by what they're doing in class, right?
That's
right.
Good.
You grade them by what they're doing in class, but in physical fitness, we don't give them the same. I'm not saying you should fail somebody, but if they're not showing any effort, if they're not applying themselves, if they're not listening in class, then obviously they're going to get the grade that they deserve.
Exactly.
But
that's
it's the same
right
thing.
There.
Competition is you're competing in class when you get your grades back. Everybody's like, "What'd you get? What'd you get? What's on your paper?" Yep. The teacher has your paper, flipped over on the corner, is dog-eared, and slides it to you. You know what that means. You know what that means.
Bro, don't look
at it. You know
what
I'm saying, right? So you have the competition. I'm saying. You say one thing over here, but you're doing another thing over here, and then you wonder why we have so many obese children.
Exactly.
and adults.
Yeah.
And what are you teaching us? You know?
It's crazy. And then the dodgeball thing.
The dodgeball.
That
Y'all, I love
right
dodgeball. And rain, like, and what is it? Red Rover.
Red Rover.
You know, like, because you have to run into the arms and, like, break it.
If you tell my students that we're not playing dodgeball ever again, they'll quit.
Right.
Because we play dodgeball in class.
I love dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
They still have dodgeball. You know, they have those little jumping places, not giving out.
Yeah,
free. Y'all got to pay me.
Yeah.
You know, where you jump in there. Like, they have dodgeball. They have grown adults who are still playing dodgeball. Kids love dodgeball.
I love getting in there and tearing the kids up. I hit them in the head all day. Look, you better stop playing with me.
But it's like, you know, have we become a society where we are just too soft? Have we become a society where we are too soft?
Yeah, we're soft, man. Them kids, everybody. Kids, adults, everybody is soft. Even the adults that been through all that, they've kind of, I guess, grown out of it, you know. And so, because if you look at it, these are the ones that are, you know, encouraging not having, you know, you know, it's like,
everybody got a kumbaya.
Oh my God.
Guess what? Everybody in the world isn't nice. Everybody, and that's one thing, look, I've learned, and I'm sure y'all know, everybody's not nice. Everybody does not have good intentions. Nope. And you know what? It's okay. You have to learn how to discern. That's a part of life, is understanding that everybody's not nice, and, you know, you just kind of, you know, move to the ones that, you know, kind of follow the same flow. Mm-hmm. If, you know, you are a reflection of the 5 people that you hang around with.
That's right. That's true.
So, you know, it's just, like, at what point how did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we get here? I would really like to know.
I really don't
some
know.
Community leaders, like whoever decided to change these policies.
Crazy.
How did we get here? Like, I don't think we turned out that bad. I played dodgeball, you know, kickball and all that other stuff. Like, you know, Red Rover, where you had to, like, you know what I'm talking about? I love that game. And then guess what else? They are stopping the games where you have to choose a team.
I'm sorry.
They are stopping the games where you have to choose a team.
So no picking teams.
No picking teams.
Come on.
Because they don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt.
No favoritism.
They're not picking teams because they don't want people's feelings to get hurt.
Oh, poor baby. Man, that's crazy. Wow.
So your feelings aren't allowed to get hurt.
Oh, well, that's too bad because guess what?
You are gonna get a surprise in life.
Oh yeah, huge surprise.
Huge.
So you're gonna be a grown man in the corner crying.
You are going to be a grown.
The first time you
we
get
have that
hurt.
Today.
Yeah.
We do have that today.
They're gonna be in
Maybe that. No, I'm not good with
it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. See, it's a good life.
Yes,
you see, y'all,
life.
how you pause.
Yeah.
And you reel it back in.
Yeah, reflect.
You
about
pause.
what
You
you're
reflect. You think about love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding. Is this information really necessary for the other person? Did I really need to say that? Is it going to benefit them?
No.
If it's not, then I keep it to myself.
Yes.
See how I did that?
You're learning. It's awesome.
But that's what it is. I can raise my hand. Look, we are all in this together. I have never said I'm perfect.
Yeah.
If anybody listens, they know I am imperfect. I am perfectly imperfect. How about that? Even more so. But, you know, just to wrap up the segment with regard to physical activity, it really is very important. And, you know, we are taking it out of the schools on so many different levels. And I don't know, you know, who are those policy makers who are able to, you know, really make these decisions. But I really hope that you would sit down and rethink this, you know, the importance of it. My son actually went to I'm not giving all the school names, but he went to another school for, i.e. middle school, like 5th, 6th grade. Yeah. And they had PE every day.
Every day. And
he absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
All the kids loved it because they got to, you know, get out some of the energy, kind of interact with their friends. Like, these are social skills that they need to have to be able to function in the world. Yeah. You know, we are adults. Do you sit down in a chair all day and don't move?
No, I cannot do that for nothing in the world. This is why I do what I do. I was meant to be, I wanted to be in design, but no, I can't sit behind a computer all day. I have to be up and moving.
And even those who do sit behind the computer, like, I got to get up, I can't take this. You know, I got to move, I got to go downstairs for 15 minutes.
Do something.
Well, guess what? You have the option as an adult to get up and take those breaks. Children don't have that option. And they have more energy than we do. So how do we expect them to sit in a chair and don't move? There is something innately wrong with that in how we teach our children. Everybody learns different. Some are auditory, some are visual, some tangible. Everybody learns differently. We need to open our mind to living differently in the world, and we need to start with, paying attention to our children and their needs, and one of them is physical activity. Y'all get your children involved in something. Let them release that energy, because it's not just, it's a vital part of life. So, open your mind. We are going to come back. Since we're talking about individuality, letting our children be individuals, we are coming back. We have a very special guest today. You will know his voice upon hello. It is Rob Nice. He will be in here. And y'all, did y'all know we'll discuss his eating habits when he gets in the studio. It's a Good Life, y'all. Wellness Wednesday. We'll be right back. Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I'd swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Presenting Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, featuring the fabulous Miss Sharon Martin as Billie Holiday, and yours truly, retired news anchor Norman Robinson as Hal Emerson, himself, April 21st through May 21st at the Pontchartrain Landing Supper Club, under the direction of renowned director Miss Tommy Myrick. For reservations, call 504-286-8157.
Come visit H&W Drugstore, African American owned and operated, servicing the New Orleans community for over 50 years. Experience fast, friendly, courteous, and caring service every time. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff take care of all your prescription needs. Same medicine, same copay, if not lower than the big box pharmacies. H&W Drugstore has two convenient locations to serve you. 8454 Morrison Road, inside USA Market in New Orleans East, and 1951 Barataria Boulevard, inside Budget Saver Grocery Store in Marrero. H&W Drugstore is African American owned and operated. Call us today at 504-244-3784. H&W Drugstore, knowledgeable, friendly, and here to take care of all your prescription needs.
The Good Life Radio Show is a proud WBOK block programmer. To advertise with the Good Life Radio Show, call 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. Open your mind and grow with the Good Life Radio Show today. That's 504-400-7127.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. You never have to miss a show. Follow us on Spreaker.com. Get the app for that. Or YouTube. Subscribe today. You never have to miss a show, because that's the good life. We are back. We are here on Wellness Wednesday. I have a very special guest. I have the Rob Nice in the building today. Rob has become a pretty good friend, and we like to, just chat it up every now and then. And so
that's how she gets you to come up here.
It is.
She befriends you.
I do.
All of a sudden, is what you doing tomorrow?
I know. I was like, so what are you doing tomorrow? I was like, you know what? We should have this conversation on air. And he just looked at me like,
sucker, man.
I was like, we should. Exactly.
Oh.
Well, I know you all know Rob Nice. He has been a radio since about 18, huh?
16.
Really?
Yeah.
You were doing it big. Doing it big then, doing it big now. He's shaking his head. You're very humble.
I still worked at Circuit City. It was okay.
But what were you eating then?
Everything.
Well, we are here on Wellness Wednesday, and, I've been in my wellness ups and downs, and Bashan's can tell you my eating woes. Uh-huh. And so I like to know what everyone is doing with regards to their eating habits. So I was talking to Rob one day, and I was like, we started talking about, vegan. I was like, you're a vegan? So, Rob, are you a vegan?
No, I eat like a vegan.
He's not a vegan, but he eats like a vegan. So tell me, what does eating like a vegan mean?
Eating like a vegan kind of frees you from the stigma of being there's two types of vegans. There's the ethical vegan, to where you don't condone or participate in any of the anything that's an animal product, or you don't eat honey because it's made from bees, that kind of thing. Then there's a healthy vegan, to where you're a vegan to where you don't eat any animal products, but you may wear some leather belts or some shoes or something. Me, I just eat like a vegan. So I can't really make sure that I'm not in a particular category, because if you are 100% vegan and you live that life every single day, I make sure for my sanity that I have my pockets of, okay, you can have fun. You can do your thing. But it all started with living in Chicago. And just seeing that the food options they weren't so, they have a variety. It's a lot of pizza. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of steak. It's a lot of, a lot of richness, but it wasn't a lot of, the battered and the fried and the seafood. It's just, everything was just a little different. But they also have more variety on the healthy side.
Gotcha.
And it started for me with just getting good smoothies. And then from there, doing the research as to what different things do to your body. And then coming home, I would leave back with a bigger face. I would leave back feeling sluggish and tired. And visiting New Orleans, you just see the salt intake and just the way that we prepare foods. It really, some people see it in the ankles, some people see it in the face, but you also feel it as well. You feel tired, you feel just different. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see the difference, because I knew I was feeling way better when I wasn't, not coming home, but when I was away. Gotcha. And what I started to realize is that the two go together. So the more that you eat fresh food, you don't eat processed food. Mm-hmm. You don't eat meat that's preserved, or you don't eat meat at all. Mm-hmm. It has a difference in your body.
You killing me, Rob. You killing me.
No, the meat killing you. No, not me. Salt. No, but I mean, it's not. It's
literally.
I'm the worst expert when it comes to. I'm not an expert at all. I just know I feel better when you reset your body, because you have to. When you get an oil change, you get rid of all the old oil. So you have to do the same with your body.
I have a bad visual right now.
You got to stop it, man. It's life. You got to detox your body and just really get rid of the toxins. That's however you get rid of them. You got it. If you reset, you feel better. I mean, everybody, makes fun of the people that say, "Oh, you eating gluten free" and all that stuff. Sometimes, most of the time.
But you know what I appreciate?
You feel way better.
This week has been about individuality, and you've stuck to it, and you created your own thing that works for you.
I'm not the only person doing it, but
but I'm saying you created an individual vegan plan that works for you.
It works for me.
When you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel better. I definitely feel like an individual, because not anybody around me is not doing this.
Well, I might try the Rob Nice vegan plan.
Try it. It's hard as hell, especially being in New Orleans. But I have my pocket of stuff Whole Foods, you can go and spend money. But there's sections that people don't know about, in Walmart and Rouse's, that have meatless food.
Okay, well, tell me, like, your top 3 that have been like, you know what, I found this and this is great. Like, I'm going to put this in rotation.
Top 3, I get Beyond Meat. And it's ground meat that is, it looks like meat, it tastes like meat,
You
but
should
it's
see my face right now.
it's not meat.
It's beyond meat.
There's soy meat products, which you don't.
Does it taste like meat?
Yeah, it tastes just like meat.
Okay,
I
I can
promise
rock with
you.
that.
All
I can
right.
rock with that.
My top natural thing that I go for is a smoothie. I make it myself. So if you take some spinach, you don't taste it in a smoothie, and then put your favorite products in there on the fruit side, from mangoes to pineapples to bananas, and whatever. There's vegan protein, and use a non-dairy milk. And milk is a big thing.
Okay,
that
let's
I stay
talk
away
about the
from,
milk
too.
real quick.
Yeah.
Because you were like, we had a conversation about milk. I think the listeners
All right, this scares a lot
want
of people
to
when
know
you say
about
this.
this conversation
when
about
you say
milk.
when you say, all right, we're the only species that drinks another animal's milk.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to
True
turn.
story.
Imagine the stuff that's in the milk that turns. And every now and then I still eat cheese, so I just know the facts on it. So I'm just saying, I'm saying this, but you may catch me on a cheat day eating some nachos or something. But a milk, a calf that's supposed to turn into this big old cow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that milk does. It turns it into that. So that means that animal is able to process everything that's in that milk, the casein,
Wow.
which if you look up the word casein, is probably the worst thing that they always talk about from a vegan standpoint. But that milk is supposed to turn us into the cow. So if we're drinking it, imagine what it's doing to our bodies, and we don't have the same things that are inside of a cow that are inside us.
Yeah.
So it's doing a little bit of damage, and over time it can do a lot if you're a really big cheese and meat eater. And if you eat cheese or grease or those things for that matter. If you ever I used to make taco salad a lot, like with the ground meat and the Taco Bell seasoning and all that stuff. You ever had the meat taking y'all there? You ever had the meat the next day and the grease is white?
Yes.
And you warm it and it's back to how you made it? When it gets in your body, it turns white because it's cold. Same thing that happens with nacho cheese. It turns into that.
Deshaun is loving this.
Yeah.
If you take this big block of cheese and you cut it up and you put it on top of chips and you warm it, okay, it was a big block of cheese when it started.
Right.
When it gets back into your body, it's going to turn into that cold block of cheese again. And then your body has to now process that. So do you and eat your thing. I mean, I'm going to have fun. My cheat day going to be at Jazz Fest. So I'm going to have a good time.
So if you see me at Jazz Fest, it's all good. That's his cheat day.
I've worked hard for this. But,
Right.
So I'm going to earn my cheat day at Jazz Fest, but just know that, there's an explanation as to why you feel better when you have the smoothies, when you have the flax seeds and the chia seeds and different things that can detoxify your body. When you go gluten-free, your face has a reaction when you have all of this processed foods. You wake up and you feel heavier. If you're eating gluten-free, if you're juicing, if you're doing the meatless thing, 9 times out of 10, when you wake up in the morning, your eyes are just going to pop up. It's just going to open because you don't have anything weighing you down. Mm-hmm. You don't have any process. If they got to process the food and keep it preserved, it's going to be it's not going to be processed that quick in your body because a chemical can't process your favorite foods in a can. So it's not going to process that easy in your body. That's just me.
So did you have problems with sleeping before?
No. You sleep. You get diabetes when you eat. You sleep
No,
better.
I'm saying that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Before you started, you changed your lifestyle. Did you have problems sleeping before?
No.
Okay.
I mean, when you eat a big meal, I mean, it's the running joke. You get the itis in it.
Exactly.
Yes, that happened to me
because
the
it
other day.
weighs you down.
Okay.
And when you're eating healthy, your mind is clear. You're
Exactly.
cluttered.
Yeah.
If you have that big meal to where you
Yeah.
can't even move anymore,
Yeah.
you really can't think.
Yeah.
Because one, your body is processing all this food, it's processing different things. Your body is not even able to think, so
Exactly.
you're not able to think.
Exactly.
You don't want to talk about nothing serious after you had the biggest meal you could think of.
Exactly.
But when you're fresh and you're spry and you feel vibrant,
Yeah.
your mind is clear on everything. So it's a thing that it does to the mind as well as the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a long way to go, but it's just something that I had to get through with my busy schedule of traveling,
Right.
airport food, working with the NBA as well. When you travel with the teams, halfway during the flight, they bring out fresh baked oatmeal cookies. I mean, in the middle,
Really?
after the
You
game,
should
they bring
put
out.
one in your pocket and bring one to me.
They've had everything. Well, they have everything on the planes from they'll have it catered. They'll have like these heavy pastas. They'll have everything. And then some of the players, like a Ray Allen, you hear these stories to where Ray Allen is one of the greatest 3-point shooters, but he was also one of the older people who was in the best shape of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
He just said, look, I cut out the cookies in the middle of the flight. I cut out the milk. I cut out everything that I wasn't supposed to have because it was doing damage to my body. And he still in the best shape that you'll see a lot of players not in because they participate in that stuff.
You said something about, being clear and the clarity of it.
Yeah.
And you suggested I watch a video and that would get your mind clear and you're smiling.
It's not going to get you clear. It might turn you off. Or it might reassure you yep, I'm gonna just eat my meat.
Right.
Die the way that I'm supposed to die. But if you watch Forks Over Knives on Netflix, it's a great watch. It's a short watch. Mm-hmm. It shows the difference between people who eat plant-based diets and people who eat meat. And the biggest example on that is back in the day when Hitler and they would take over certain parts of Germany. Mm-hmm. They took over this section in this country and they wiped out all their cattle. So when they took out all of their cows and all the animals, what they saw, the research showed that every cardiovascular disease and every heart attack, every cardio-related death went away.
Wow.
So later on, when they got the cattle back, the chart went back up that the cardiovascular diseases returned, and they related it to meat and dairy. And then the other one you could watch is Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It's a guy that
so entertaining.
It was a guy who toured the country. The second one, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. He toured the country for 60 days and drank nothing but juice. And what he had was he had skin diseases. He had all kinds of pills that he took, and he consulted with his doctor. And after 60 days of resetting his body, he was off all medications, and he had no more skin disease, no more skin-related problems at all. His whole body reset. So you don't have to do it for 60. Try 3. And then
try 3. Sean's we gonna try 3?
No.
Tomorrow. Right? No. Meaning, I was hoping you was gonna say no.
Oh, and I'll say this real quick. When you juice, if you do a 3-day cleanse, first day, you want to kill everybody. All right. Your body is fighting you one last time. And your body that's where you get a hunger headache. You really feel stressed out. You really feel bad. That's your body fighting you one last time. Once you get past that second day, the first and second day is really tough. Once you get past that second day and you're on that third, you feel as refreshed as you've ever had. And then if you do the 10-day cleanse, you're good.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. I mean, Beyonce had millions of dollars on the line. Don't try that maple syrup and cayenne pepper.
I tried it.
All of them tried.
I got through 8 days.
8 days?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I lost 12 pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah, you can lose it, but what happens is
I had to stay home that first day. My head was hurting.
The biggest work that a lot of people do to maintain everything after they do those types of major cleanses, it's a shock to the system, is you have to be ready for plan B or the next step, because once you celebrate and eat again, your body goes, get right back to how it was when you were eating meat. So be careful when you do that too.
Well, speaking of celebrating,
it's a crash.
Speaking of celebrating, we talked about some fun things that are, gluten and vegan that we can actually eat.
Yeah, if you cheat,
these are the things that I want to know about. All of the things that I can actually eat and be happy.
I forgot. All right.
Please don't forget. I need these things.
There's a short list. All right.
You said a short list.
Well, there's a short list that I know, but when I want to, make sure I have that cabinet filled with stuff. One, Oreos are vegan. The original Oreos are vegan, and just look up, just Google things that are accidentally vegan. The chili, the purple bag of Doritos. It's the
spicy,
spicy chili.
Spicy chili. Yes. As long as they don't have the cheese ingredient on there, and that flavoring or that dye, whatever that is.
I have those in my cabinet.
Pretty much anything that's barbecue flavored on the chip side is vegan, and the Voodoo Zapp's potato chips are vegan as well.
Really?
And if you're doing fast food, if you go to Taco Bell and just get the burritos and the nachos and take away the sour cream, the cheese, which is going to wipe out everybody now. They're like, nope, I'm not going to do it. You take out the sour cream, you take out the cheese, you add potatoes. So now you're getting beans, you're getting rice, you're getting lettuce, you're getting tomatoes, and you get the salsa as well. So I normally go and get a bean burrito and take away the cheese and add guacamole. And that's my vegan. You're getting beans and guacamole.
That's not that bad.
No, it's good. And Taco Bell is one of the more. It's ironic, but it's now one of the healthier places because they have more vegetable sides and toppings. That if you take out the meat, it's 100% vegan. So there's Domino's and all kind of stuff. If you type in fast food places that are vegan, Domino's and Papa John's, they both have pizzas that you can order without cheese. That the crust is
gluten free.
I don't think they did it on purpose, but it's gluten-free and it's vegan. And you just get the tomato sauce and you add a bunch of vegetables on it. So you just don't get the cheese. Yeah.
That's not pizza.
Free your mind, man. Like just,
well, and that's exactly.
you don't need to go meat free. You need to go cheese free. She's frowning
like
up
cheese.
with the thought of taking away the cheese.
It's not the meat. I don't really have an issue with meat. I don't eat that much meat, but the cheese.
There's a ton of vegan cheeses as well. I mean, you have to do your
like cheese.
There's a bunch that taste like cheese. You just have to really. I mean,
Okay.
the restaurants I go to are Seed. I go to Seed is on Britannia, right by Soleil. I go to Sneaky Pickle.
Oh, that's cute. Sneaky Pickle.
That's right.
I didn't say anything. See, you went left.
We're going to take a pause. But just Smoothie King has 3 different vegan smoothies.
Which one? The carrot kale one?
No.
Oh.
The nutty.
The one I like.
It's the nutty super grain. There's the mango kale. And there's the chocolate banana.
Chocolate banana. Okay, you got me. I am all about the chocolate banana.
So there's tons of things you can do to get through the method of not eating meat anymore. Because there's 2. You either eat the stuff that tastes as close to meat as possible, or you go the other route and just go plant-based and try some other stuff. So let's go eat some celery together. They call it rabbit food, man. Don't let nobody tease you too. If you're on your journey, they're gonna call it rabbit food.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, what you eating today? Lettuce. They are going to tease you, but I promise you, I got to the All-Star weekend this year, and the biggest thing, it was in New Orleans, so it's in my hometown. So doing All-Star weekend and hosting this year, the biggest thing that I got was people was like, "You look so fresh." So was
Rob Nice is fresh.
It paid off, and then I celebrated, but I'm back on it. I'm good.
He is fresh, and he is doing his Rob Nice vegan style.
Yeah, I eat like a vegan.
Nice.
Me and Erykah Badu have the same motto to where, like, look, don't judge me if you see me having a fun day.
That's right.
But if I'm 90% vegan, that's way better than not doing it at all. So I have my fun, and I'm in positions where socially, I go to a lot of dinners. I have a lot of meetings. So sometimes you compromise to where you're going to pass out, or you're going to take a bite of that rice that might have some whatever sauce on it or something. So sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Where
you were being individually exactly who you are. And that's what The Good Life is all about.
Yeah.
And you were opening everybody's mind to living differently. I know you opened mine this morning, so I want to thank you. I may try a vegan day.
My mama teases me, so don't worry about it. Yeah.
I may try a vegan day, maybe 1.
There you go.
Maybe 2.
Try it.
Actually, I had a couple friends who tried it. So
it's vegan red beans. I mean, you can make them with a crock pot. I mean, all you're doing is taking out the pork and the sausage and all that stuff. And
you mean everything? Okay.
But you're adding so much more. No,
you're only taking out the pork and the sausage.
Okay. Oh, you cook all your food with the pork grease. Listen, I miss Gene's hot sausage po' boys like the next person, but just understanding that what pork and other elements can do to your body. When I say I cheat, I don't go that far overboard.
Did you watch that pork video, like with pigs and stuff?
Oh, just watch Forks Over Knives and you'll see. I mean, without the
chickens too. Because remember we had that conversation about chickens?
Pork is bad for you in a sense to where they eat a lot of the negative and they eat everything. It's like the crawfish of the animal world. But thankfully, it's a good and bad way. The pigs in the United States that they manufacture, they really manufacture the pigs to where they don't see the light of day. They're not eating as much of the toxic stuff.
I thought it was the other white meat.
It could be white when they cook it, but they manufacture the pigs to where a lot of pigs and cows and chickens, they don't see the light of day because they're artificially inseminating the pigs and birthing them and keeping them indoors. A lot of them don't even see outside, so they're raised in a factory.
You have thoroughly encouraged me to go eat.
You go eat some bacon tomorrow, but I don't judge you. That's me.
A smoothie. I'm gonna go eat a smoothie. I want to thank you so much for being here.
I done ruined her day. I tell you what.
I'm so excited. No, you haven't. You really have opened our mind because, it's making these little changes in our lives. And even if, say, you decide to go vegan 1 day a week, it can change your life.
It can.
It absolutely can. So we want to open your mind to living differently in the world.
Replace one meal with a smoothie. You see all the commercials that say do it. Stop at Smoothie King. They have the $5 specials. Each location has their day. Most of the time it's either Friday or some places do Monday.
Yeah.
But you can get a 32-ounce. Some of them trip on the vegan smoothies. They may charge $6 instead of $5. Yeah, but you're getting your full fix and it's a full meal, so you feel better. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try it. Rashawn, you in?
Yes.
We're gonna have a Rob Nice vegan style day because I can eat Oreos.
It's not gonna be that eventful, man. It's just
I'm going to follow the day, and I'm going to eat.
All right, cool.
Like Rob Nice.
Yeah, and we'll celebrate at Jazz Fest.
There we go. I am all about it. This is The Good Life, y'all. It's Wellness Wednesday. I want to thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. I might have to reel you in maybe at least once a quarter. We can like keep up with my vegan style.
You might just have to go pescatarian with us.
Yes.
You only
I can
eat
do that.
The only meat that you eat is seafood.
I can do that.
And that's great for everybody in New Orleans. Yeah.
I might be able to do that, but we talked about that. That'll be expensive for me because I want
But you can't fry a lot of
Chilean
stuff
sea
because a lot of that
bass
fried food is
and lobster and clams.
Right. You have fun with that. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. It's The Good Life Wellness Wednesday, y'all. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Presenting Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, featuring the fabulous Miss Sharon Martin as Billie Holiday, and yours truly, retired news anchor Norman Robinson as Hal Emerson, himself, April 21st through May 21st at the Pontchartrain Landing Supper Club, under the direction of renowned director Miss Tommy Myrick. For reservations, call 504-286-8157.
Come visit H&W Drugstore, African American owned and operated, servicing the New Orleans community for over 50 years. Experience fast, friendly, courteous, and caring service every time. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff take care of all your prescription needs. Same medicine, same copay, if not lower than the big box pharmacies. H&W Drugstore has two convenient locations to serve you. 8454 Morrison Road, inside USA Market in New Orleans East, and 1951 Barataria Boulevard, inside Budget Saver Grocery Store in Marrero. H&W Drugstore is African American owned and operated. Call us today at 504-244-3784. H&W Drugstore, knowledgeable, friendly, and here to take care of all your prescription needs.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation invites you to join them for Jazz in the Civil Rights Movement on Friday, January 13th at 7 p.m. in Dillard University's Lawless Memorial Chapel. This free concert will feature the soulful jazz saxophone sounds of legendary Houston Person, a major force in hard bop and other styles since the 1960s. Also catch Harlan Riley, the world-renowned New Orleans drummer, and his band, as well as the Dillard University Choir. Plus, the evening is dedicated to the late jazz musician, civil rights activist and restaurateur Edgar Dookie Chase Jr. So join us on Friday, January 13th at 7 p.m. for Jazz in the Civil Rights Movement, presented by the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation at Dillard University's Lawless Memorial Chapel.
The Good Life Radio Show is a proud WBOK block programmer. To advertise with the Good Life Radio Show, call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Open your mind and grow with the Good Life Radio Show today. That's 504-400-7127.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK. Opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m., so make sure you tune in. And if you ever do miss a show, you can subscribe to our Facebook Live. You can see what goes on right here in studio. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 150 shows right there for you, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's The Good Life Radio Show. Eileen Carter, open your mind. We are back with Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL. Good morning, Bobby. How are you?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am doing great, Eileen. I had my fitness weekend in Houston, and now I'm hearing talk about the vegan eating and Taco Bell and,
and the things I can eat from there. Yes, we all have our individual choices that make us uniquely who we are. You know, sometimes in life as we grow, people like to mold us and guide us, and they think that they're doing it to their best, and they are. But sometimes, you know, they mold us and guide us a little bit too much where we forget to be who we are, who God made us, and the gifts that He has given us. So I wanted to kind of touch on that about finding our gifts, finding our purpose, finding out, you know, exactly who we are. Sometimes in life you're so busy taking care of other people you kind of forget.
No, absolutely. And not only forgetting what your gifts are, I think a lot of people, Eileen, just don't know.
Ooh, true.
They just really don't know. And that's what I deal with, of course, all the time. You know, be who you be. That's my brand in my website. And usually I tell people this is just a little exercise that you and the listening audience can do. I've done it before. I've mentioned it before, but it's been maybe over a year now. Mm-hmm. But you can, each individual can actually sit down and just take about 5 minutes, think about the things that people do or events that happen in life on a daily that actually really just get on your nerve or actually just kind of get under your skin. Like, for instance, if you don't like how parents deal with their children, if it really just upsets your stomach and make you sick, just really want to throw up, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be called to social work, you know, some type of advocate position for children, a school counselor, somewhere along those lines. Those are the things that give you an idea. The thing that you hate or really just actually just get under your skin, mm-hmm. more than likely that's the thing that may be one of the gift areas in your life.
Wow. And who would have thought that? It's a thing that you're kind of driven to, like, it's like you're driven to, like, fix, kind of.
It. You want to fix it, but you don't like it. And that tells you actually it's something that you have inside of you to answer it, to do something about it.
Mm. But you know what? Sometimes we don't think that we have it. Sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, you know, but somebody else needs to go do it. Not me. This individual right here, I can't make a change. What are you talking about, Bobby? You know, they can do it. I can't do it.
Right. And see, right. But the thing is, I'll just give you my own example from my own life, which I can say, you know, best. The thing is, through my upbringing from a little girl, I was the one, I would fight for my siblings. I had my older sister. She was very bashful. She was a pretty girl, beautiful hair, quiet, and the kids used to pick on her. And I was 3 years younger than her, and I would fight for her because I could not stand people picking on her. She didn't do anything, you know, advocating for the underdogs or advocating for those that don't have that voice or just afraid, just don't have it in them. Well, you know me, mouthy. You know, I was born to.
You know, never. What are you talking about?
I was born to advocate for people to, you know, help that individual to find out who they are. You know, stop backing up. Stop, you know, allowing people or individuals to, you know, hit at you is because of what's going on with them. That they have issues themselves. And so actually as an adult and as a working professional, that's what I do today. That is my livelihood, you know, life coaching, helping people to find out and identify who they really are, bringing them through the steps, you know, doing the gift testings and everything, and then showing them actually how to get from where they are to where they want to be in that particular area that they find is their gifted area. And then they go, oh, you know, I do, and this, that,
right.
and the other.
Right. Totally changes. And if you need information on how to contact Bobby, you can find her on her website. That is BeWhoYouBe.com, BeWhoYouBe.com. Bobby, it's so many times where, you know, you're living your life and you're wondering, you know, why is life so difficult, or why do I feel so heavy? It's generally because you're not walking to your gift or walking into your purpose. Right?
Absolutely, Eileen. No, absolutely. That's a very good statement to just, you know, guide the closing of this show on, because your life always seems to be a task, because more than likely you're not walking in what you've been innately built to do. See, if you're out of your lane or you're out of your gifted area, and you just, you know, if you became an engineer because that was at the time the supposedly money-making area, and you had the ability to do the coursework. However, you have no innate giftings and ability to actually support that particular occupation. You might have been called to be a teacher, and whereas in engineers and accounting majors, because I have an undergrad in accounting, and we're kind of strange at times, you know. You might be trying to sit in there and teach us some things, and we're thinking, you know, well, we already know what to do. We're just trying to get to work here, and you're trying to teach us.
Right.
That's because you have no business in there when you should be over there where the educators are.
Exactly.
It's not just about a dollar. You do have talents. You do have talents. That's not necessarily like your innate gifted passion area. There are talents that we all have that make us money, because usually your passion is not going to make you the money first. You have to find your talent so that you can take care or start up your passion. I had to work, I did accounting work. I did top sheet accounting for Fortune 500 companies. Then I did it for myself in self-employment. I taught in the classroom. I did counseling. So I did all of those things, you know, in a way of talent before I was able to do my passion in the way that I know that I've been called to do it. That talent has to pay for that passion. You got to eat.
Exactly. But it's funny that you say that, because most people think, you know, I'm going to work my passion. Like, why am I not making any money? Or why am I not, you know, taking it to the next level? Because you have to match that with your talent. And your talent is going to afford your lifestyle.
Absolutely. And I had to do it. I started up with it 3 times before I was able to walk in it, because life is life. You know, divorce happened. All those different things, life happens. Right. And so I had to like restart again or reset again. And then finally, that third time around, you know, they said the third time is a charm.
Third time's a charm.
Right, but actually that's how it happened to me, but I look at it as Father, Son, Holy Spirit, boom, you know.
There you go, I
got there. Thank you, Jesus.
That's a wonderful way to look at it. But, you know, and I'm glad we had this conversation today, because, you know, there are so many times where, you know, we're trying to figure out who we are, and we start taking pieces of everyone else around us to try to figure out who we are. But sometimes that isn't the route. We literally have to, break those, I don't want to call them shackles, but break those ideas of you need to be like the people who are around you. Like, your father was this, so I need to do this. My mother was this, my cousin was this, and they made a wonderful living. That was their purpose. That was their walk. That was their talent. What is yours? Embrace who you are, be your individual self, and find your talent, and you will live the good life.
Eileen, that is awesome, because actually that's what so many people are suffering from right now. I get a lot of my clients from that. They're suffering the bondage of allowing someone else to tell them who they are.
Ooh, we're going to end it right there. Thank you so much, Bobby Clark Alexander. She's from the ATL. If they want to follow you, how do you do that?
They can follow me on Twitter at @BClarkAlexander, and on Instagram at Bobby Clark A, and on Facebook at Bobby Clark Alexander, and my website, BeWhoYouBe.com.
BeWhoYouBe.com. This is the Good Life Radio Show. I am your host, Eileen Carter. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have been talking about individuality this week, so make sure you tune in tomorrow with Gumbo Talk. We will be our individual selves. We will have a special guest, John Slade. We were talking about the 70s when everyone was deciding to be their individual selves. We have some very interesting stories, so make sure you tune in tomorrow for that. It's a Good Life, y'all, and I'm out.